Hi everybody, it's Chris from Chris and Jones Travels. Hey, this is going to be our video from the Neon Museum in Las Vegas at the Neon Boneyard Park. Just so you know, they didn't let us record video. It's just a bunch of snapshots and me reading some stuff. Hope you guys like it. When you first arrive, you go to the Welcome Center and check in. Okay, after you check in, they take you over to a green screen and they take some snapshots of you. The cost of the snapshots are, you get 4 for $54, and you're supposed to get a digital download of each picture, which usually takes a little while to get. We decided to do it. These are our 4 pictures. Hope you guys think they're okay. We did. The first thing you see is the Ugly Duckling Car Sales sign, which opened in 1997 on Fremont Street. It took them 136 hours to restore this. The next thing we walked across was the La Cucina Motel sign, which was built in 1961. The interesting thing about this is the Neon Museum lobby is the actual lobby from the hotel they had moved in 2003 when they demolished the building. So next up was the Caesar Palace Hotel and Casino sign. Now this sign was actually in pretty bad shape, but it does show some of the hotels that were actually on the strip back in the day. And this is one of the older signs they had. The Flame Restaurant opened in 1961 and closed in 1993. Some of the people that visited it were the Rat Pack and Sandy Koufax. The sign ended up being delivered to the Neon Museum in 2019. This is the pink flume from the 1976 sign at the Flamingo Hotel and Casino. These next 2 signs are from the old Sarah Hotel back in the 1950s, which had 240 rooms. Pretty cool that they have these signs still. The next two signs are from the Stardust Hotel that was built in 1958. These 2 pictures came from the signs that were erected in 1968, the 188-foot sign from the Stardust Hotel. The Lidido Show was another sign that we got to see. That was a Paris, France show. So the next sign comes from the Alibaba Wedding Center and Motel, and this was up in the 1930s and was taken down. It used to be by where the fabulous Las Vegas sign is now. So this next sign came from the Treasure Island Hotel and Casino. This was part of the skull from the hotel, and when they rebranded to TI, they got rid of the pirate face. From the Debbie Reynolds Hotel and Casino that opened in 1993 but closed in 1998 because of financial issues. So Ann Myers acquired a hotel in 1990, renovated it, and ran it until 2010 when it was demolished, later become the site of the current Las Vegas City Hall. The next 2 photos come from the Green Shack, which was a restaurant back in the 30s that finally closed in 1999. These are actually the oldest 2 signs in the Boneyard, according to the website. The Red Barn opened in 1958 and was actually an antique store. Later it was turned into a club, and in 1988 it was closed down. This sign came from the Anderson Dairy, which was established in 1907. This sign was put up in 1958 and was their mascot, Andy Anderson. The sign was up until 1994. This is the sign from Super Bowl 58 that was played in Las Vegas at Allegiant Stadium back on February 11th, 2024. They're very proud of this sign. This is the Steiner Cleaner sign that was put up in 1962. It was known as Happy Shirt. The arms would move up and down. It was actually a moving sign back then. Many celebrities actually had their clothes cleaned here. The Chief Hotel Court sign is the oldest operating sign in the Boneyard, and it dates back to 1940. The Nevada Motel sign comes from approximately 1950. This comes from the Yucca Motel, which was around in the 1950s. What's interesting about this sign, it didn't use neon, it used argon gas, which when you passed electricity through it would give you the pale blue color, and they would paint the lens to make it change colors. This sign comes from the Plaza Hotel, which is in Fremont Street. This sign was put up in 1971 and was later taken down when they rebuilt the hotel. Many of the signs here in the Boneyard are like this one from the El Quartz Hotel and Casino. They're just scattered around. They no longer work, but they are able to be looked at so you get an idea of what the signs looked like back in the day. The Moulin Rouge was one of the few casinos in Las Vegas that allowed colored people to eat and play at the gambling facilities, since the Strip and Fremont Street did not allow colored people back in the 1950s to go in and to gamble or eat in the restaurants. This is the sign from Binion's Horseshoe Hotel and Casino. In 2004, they dropped the name Hotel and Casino and is now just known as Binion Gambling Hall. So here are some of the other signs that we saw while we were going through the Boneyard. I hope you guys like this video. I thought the whole tour was kind of interesting. It took about 45 minutes from the time we checked in to walk through. The place was open at night. You don't want to do this when it's 104 out. I don't think it would be enjoyable. But we did actually enjoy this. It was worth the ride out. I will tell you, if you have a car, there's plenty of parking. Just drive over there. It wasn't worth the Uber we took both ways. So I hope you do like this video. Thanks for watching it. Don't forget to like and comment.
Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Comment below.